Okay, so I quickly want to add some thoughts to what I was talking about in in some previous videos. I talked about urban, uh, poorly designed architecture in urban context and so on. So I was talking about those things. I just want to add a few thoughts to what I said. Okay, so I talked about nature and you know having more nature in um, the lack of nature in these urban spaces. Okay, so I was talking about how there should be more nature. Okay, so I want to add some more thoughts to this. Okay, so nature has its good and bad elements. Okay, in so I think there clearly. I've already spoken a lot about the good aspects of this. So I just want to add some thoughts to some other things. Okay, so there have to be. I think there needs to be appropriate boundaries between nature and living spaces. Okay, and yeah, because like I said, there are the amazing aspects of nature, but there are also the not so amazing aspects of nature. Okay, and when it comes to living spaces, it's really important to have appropriate boundaries between nature and living spaces. Okay, so I guess that in some sense what I was thinking about is that there could be cleaned out zones, so cleaned out zones that have living clusters and common spaces. Okay, so what this would do is this would sort of add a sense of community, and like I said, these zones would be cleaned out and there would be clusters of various types of like living spaces and common spaces. And okay, so what this would do is okay, apart from this, there would be like there would be lots of like nature and um all those natural elements, but I think it would be this would be like a nice boundary between them. Okay, so and apart from this, there can be like apart from this there can be like big gardens and open grounds and those type of places as well. Okay, and these gardens would be they would be well maintained. Okay, that's an important thing to talk about. Again, with like I said, nature has good and bad elements. So and everything would have to be like nicely arranged with like enjoyable layouts, so everything can work appropriately. Okay, and like I already previously talked about, you want full panoramic views. Okay, without blocking from building vertically. Okay, like I've previously already talked about this. And again, the aspect of human garbage, it's very important to um, just get rid of human garbage. They will spoil everything. Okay, if you don't keep them out, this is the primary thing, this is the first concern. See, even if I don't talk about all of these things, if you just eliminate the human garbage, things would very quickly start fixing themselves on its own. And I don't think I would necessarily need to point out like obvious things or anything like that. Okay, so yeah, that is an important thing, to remove human garbage. Okay, and these people that are just um, undesirables. Okay, there's no need for them. They are unwanted, they are unneeded, they are undesirable. Get rid of them, eradicate them. Okay, and do this continuously. Don't become complacent with this. You become complacent with this, everything goes to hell. And again, so like I was talking about with all the layouts of living spaces, and like natural spaces and everything else. So wild spaces are different from this. Okay, that is an entirely different type of spaces. Like, think of like um, places that are completely, like, maybe not completely, who knows, just places that are wild. Okay, so that is a different thing. So I guess the point of this video was I wanted to talk about, there have to be, nature is an amazing thing, but when it comes to living spaces there have to be appropriate boundaries, because there is when you are um, creating, when you have so much nature around you, it has the good but it also has the bad. Okay, and this is important to understand, and living spaces have to be appropriate in that sense. They will have to be livable. Okay, and you cannot have the bad elements, um, and the not so, like, not so hospitable and not so enjoyable elements, I guess I should say. Bad elements, that's I don't know if I would necessarily call it bad, but not it, they wouldn't make the place very livable. Okay, so it's important to have boundaries between natural spaces and living spaces. This is very important, so you can be carefree, you can truly enjoy nature, okay, without constantly having to be bothered. Okay, and you can truly put your mind at ease and just enjoy living, just enjoy breathing that amazing fresh air, and just take in all that beautiful daylight and breeze and everything else, and enjoy a sense of community with beautiful, like beautiful, even with like beautiful living spaces, beautiful common spaces, like enjoy the gardens, a nice time with with other people, and have a good time, and just enjoy the place without without having to be bothered really by the not so hospitable aspects of nature. Okay, so I guess this is important, because previously I've constantly talked about how nature, how much important it is to have nature around in living spaces, but this is the other aspect of this, and I think this was important to talk about. So that's it. I'll talk more about other things. This is it for now. I think the point has been made with this video, what I was trying to say. Okay, so yeah, that's it.